Welcome to Fan TV and Chill, match day 4. Looking interesting today. A few things to discuss. Obviously, Liverpool still top of the league, unfortunately, but hey ho, that's how it goes. My boy Milano over here is going to start us off. But first, before he starts us off, I just want, obviously, Milano, you all know he's a Liverpool supporter. And obviously, we've all seen what's been going on in South Africa. We want to condemn it before we start off, but we've all seen what's been going on in Liverpool as well. We want to condemn the violence between Egypt and Senegal.
I like that.
We're about to go live.
No wonder that's the greatest thing you've ever said. I like that. Because I was just like, where is he going with this?
Wow, go live to Liverpool.
I rate that so much. Oh, mate, that's funny. We'll come on to that. That's funny. The way you gone from the serious stuff that's going on, obviously we're not joking about that. That's pathetic. Like whatever's going on in South Africa.
We don't want the violence to spread across the pond, as they say, to Liverpool. Even though we would enjoy that more.
Yeah, man. Anyway, but yeah, cool. Okay, so let's obviously we mainly here to talk about football, innit? So, I mean, I would love to. I mean, after what happened last week, so today I guess the focus is only gonna be on this game. So I'm not gonna talk about anything else, but we're not gonna bring up the past. So it's about from what I've learned anyway. But cool. Liverpool, Burnley, yo. My team is looking good, you know. Like my team is looking good at the minute, and obviously, like certain man was trying to say, "Oh, pre-season this, pre-season that." You know what I mean?
Did I mention pre-season in the last video?
But forget it.
I'm there just you saying, go. Forget it as well.
He did enough time
as well.
But I'm just saying, obviously, when it comes to the right moments, when the team is delivering, and his numbers on board, his performances. Burnley usually, like when we play against Burnley. In the past, certainly, like they would have been the sort of teams that would cause us, troubles in a way, because we'll find a way we'll probably score, and then defensively we might be shaky, counter attacks if not. But like you can see, like you just using that game, you can see how Liverpool have progressed in so many ways in terms of like when they're facing all these like so-called like lesser team or smaller clubs in a way. But without, disrespecting Burnley, because I like them a lot, and I think they're a very, very solid team, and they had to be. We bossed them, and they had like I think.
I wish you said this about Arsenal last week, but okay, kind of.
Right, we're talking about this game, innit? It's about we say forget the past now, so it's analysis, innit? We only focus on now.
Yeah. Apparently,
so we're not allowed to bring on the past anymore. So you know what I mean? Because as we know, the past can predict so much sometimes. But anyway, man, like, bro, they had a chance start the game,
first time,
and then obviously, you know what I mean. But I think ifs and buts in it, but they score. But we're a good team. We're a good enough team where I'm confident that when we play against
the game that run the way the game would usually run. The game that run to me anyway. The game that run the way the game would usually run. Right. When Burnley played, I felt like you controlled the whole match.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm surprised. That's what I'm like. The level of performance, like the level of maturity that, because a team like Burnley, even last season when we played them, like they're hard to beat and they will cause you trouble. But we didn't struggle like in that game. Like in the first half, we had so many chances, even up until we got.
I find it strange that you're surprised that you didn't struggle. You shouldn't struggle.
Oh, because you shouldn't struggle. No. Because they're playing at home and
it doesn't matter. You shouldn't struggle.
No. It's not about. It's the level that we control the game that is showing another step to Liverpool's progress as opposed to me being surprised that we beat Burnley. Because I know like the way they're set up, they're hard to beat, and especially when they're playing at home, is a very tough place to go. You look at City last season, like when they played them. Obviously, they ended up winning like quite comfortably in the end, but they make your life quite difficult anyway. But I think. But it's about key moments, isn't it? Luck was on our side a little bit. Trent Arnold got the goal, but deserved because we created the chances and then we didn't really put them away. And
what did you think about it? Do you reckon Trent Arnold should have got the goal?
Or it's a bit harsh, you know. But I think
you shouldn't have got the goal because you can only really get a goal if you're shooting on target.
Is it? Is that what it is? Is that the rules?
That's what I thought the rules
are. Because I thought it was more the amount of deflection. I thought that's what they base it on. But I don't know. This is maybe just me because I thought depending on
how the shot.
Yeah, no, it was a cross.
Yeah,
it was a pure cross, isn't it? And but you know what I mean. It is what, and then you gotta create your chances, and then he deserved. It was a deserved lead, and then we got the second goal at the right time. So that just completely
done the dance.
Yeah, completely killed them. And like I said, Mane is a big player, and he's coming up nicely. He's getting all these rewards now, and I think like obviously it's shifting a little bit in terms of between him and Salah up until now, even last year to be fair, like in terms of who's more important. I think he's definitely shifted to Mane being a key player, especially like when he comes to stand up and be counted. Mane is that guy, and you can see Salah is not rating that. So, but this guy is not even about. It wasn't just to do with Mane as well. It's like.
We'll get to that.
Should I skip that for now?
Yeah, just carry on talk about another game.
Just the game because that's another.
I know what you're gonna say. I know
that's another debate. No, but there isn't a lot to say other than like in that game. Yeah, like it was a very very mature performance in it, and we controlled it. We didn't sweat, and we nullified them even on the counter. So we were just there winning second balls. Set pieces, like they didn't really threaten us.
That's with Trent Arnold. I don't know the winner.
Yeah,
they've got that
McNeil.
Is that him? Yeah.
Up and coming.
He was rated in it, and obviously he had Trent Arnold.
Yeah,
no worries.
He's to be fair, our fullbacks obviously their forward plays like is what we talk most about, but I don't think defensively they're that exposed. Maybe as a unit we just play well because
I feel like in this game. Because I was having a judge. We played against Norwich. I don't think he played well. We played against, I think, the last
Southampton.
Who did you play second?
We played Norwich, then Southampton, isn't it? It's only 3 games in, right?
What was Southampton score?
We beat them 2-1, but it was a gift, like their goal.
Oh yeah, cool. I didn't really watch the Southampton game too tough, but the last 2 games, the game against us, and then the last game. Because I felt like, especially in the Norwich game, your fullbacks were getting caught, but I don't know what it is now. I think either because I think Klopp was trying to do something new, and now I think you've caught up the play. You weren't getting caught in our game, and you weren't getting caught in this game.
Yeah.
For the fullbacks, so I feel like it's all coming together. I hate to say it still, it's all coming together.
Yeah, no, but because they've experimented with so much in it. Like I said, sometimes it's like new season. You want to explore and kind of find a different way to like, you know what I mean? Because especially in the lesser games, you're thinking, maybe can we try this and see? And if you're shaky, then it's like, let's just go back to trial and testing. And I think, and we've done that now. Another thing is that with Liverpool now, I'm confident that if we go ahead, it's very rare that a smaller team is going to come back and break us down. Or vice versa. If they score first, we've got goals in us. Yeah, obviously against the bigger teams is different because it's a bit more challenging. You can't really afford to let them get ahead. And but the third goal. Yeah, for me, mate, Firmino, like sick player. Sick player. I love the guy. And I was kind of
sick assist from Salah.
Yeah, this is it. That donkey. We'll get to him in a bit. I'll put him on the bench. I'll put Big Shaq on if I had to, just to kind of say, it's a team game, innit? Because I think I'll get to that, like, because he can.
We'll get to it now. Let's get to it now.
No, let me just speak about Firmino because I think this guy he deserves, like, obviously, like they were saying, like the first Brazilian to get 50 goals won. That's not really what he's known for, but hard work, like, and selfishness. Skills is just different, and I don't think I've seen there's certainly not in the Prem not to say obviously the Prem has had so many great strikers. I'm not comparing and say he's better than no. But I'm just saying he's very very.
Let's calm down with
No. I'm not going there. I'm not saying it's not there because we've had you know what I mean. The Prem is crazy. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's nowhere near like the level of your Henry's etc. But all I'm saying, the kid is different for what he offers and for our team anyway. Is basically if you take him out of the team, I don't think the front three functioning
Yeah,
whatsoever.
I agree
Yeah,
with that.
and we don't have it. We don't have
I
it.
remember, I can't remember what week it was. I think Willis said about like, because we were talking about Sterling and how Sterling would walk into your team. When Willis said it the other week, I was thinking to myself, yeah, and I thought to myself, how would he get in? Because it's weird because Sterling's doing his thing, but I still can't see how he can get into your front three because I can't see, even though he's doing his thing. I can't. There's no one in your front three that I'll just place to put him in.
No, personally, I agree as well.
Not
over Mane, because I don't. Personally, my humble opinion is I don't think is a better.
The thing is not even bad. The thing is with my judgment on it, I'm not even judging it on if Sterling's a better player. I just don't feel as if you put him in Mane's spot, or you put him in Firmino's spot, or you put him in Salah's spot. I just don't feel that he can replicate what they're doing. That's the thing.
He definitely can't do it for Firmino's thing. That's a fact. And but just in terms of the role, maybe Mane Salah, you can see maybe
you can see he could, but I just don't think it would work.
Yeah, no,
I just don't think it would work. I don't know.
Because he hasn't got. I don't know. Obviously he's got something about him. You don't play like you don't stay in the City team if you're not good. I don't think so.
But he's got a bare man behind him that helping him, and
man. Like their team is so blessed that it makes his life so much easier. But our forwards have to fight week in, week out. And I don't really see.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. But you can put any player into that City team. It doesn't mean they're going to be good. It does make their life easier. But like, if you look at Sterling, from where he's come from Liverpool to his progression he's made now, he's a much better player.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree.
And that's not just because of the team.
Yeah,
that's because of work he's put in to become a better.
No, do you think the question I'm going to say is, you put the Sterling into the England team? Do you think he's doing the same stuff he's doing for Man City for England?
Well, he has been playing better for England.
That's not the question. That's not the question. Do you feel he's doing the same thing he's doing for England, doing for Man City?
Not at this moment.
Do you feel like you could put? I feel like you could put. If Mane or Salah was English, you put them in the England team. They're doing exactly what they're doing from Liverpool, and that's the why I find it hard.
Yeah, but you can't really say that.
100%.
You've had great players who've played for England who've done great at club level, and then they come to the national team, and they don't play, and they still have a strong team.
I'm just talking about individual.
So it's not to say.
From what we see in it,
that's my personal opinion.
Because I don't know, like Mane makes things happen. I think Sterling, he's getting a lot of the plaudits because of his goal scoring.
He's playing better for England. I'll give you, he's playing better for England, but I don't feel as if he can replicate. What them standards that Man City that he gets at Man City, the way things happen through the Man City. I just don't think that's happening in England. Only because the players in the roster are not as good as the players in the roster at Man City.
No, it must be harder.
Because I feel like with Liverpool, another thing is why you have to rate the front three at Liverpool is this. It's because with Sterling at Man City, he's got two silvers. He's got De Bruyne. He's got them behind him that help him a lot. I feel like with Liverpool, your midfield. It's not creative.
They're just a workhorse.
Yeah, that's what
they do. That's their job.
Yeah, and that's why I feel, and that's why, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. And that's why I feel as if you could put them two into the England team, and it would be similar. They could do similar stuff because England's midfield right now. What are we talking about? Maddison. Who else is really creative? Really, and the thing is, Maddison's not even creative. Like De Bruyne and
not the top world class. No, you're right. I can see the similarities now. That's a valid point. Because it's almost like there's the midfield three, and then there's the rest of them, like the forwards, and they just do their own thing in a way. But it's hard, isn't it? It's hard to like. But we can talk about the Sterling a bit. Obviously, I'm always gonna be a little bit. I feel like I always wouldn't give Sterling as much credit as it deserves because. Everybody's talking about him as almost being like player of the year last season, so he can't be, you know what I mean? It must be rated. It's rated, highly rated by everyone around. So the last one is just this Senegal Egypt thing, man. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, Salah.
I'll kick it off.
Yeah.
I'll kick it off. You seen the post on the group. You seen the stats. Not my stats. Match of the day stats. Proof stats. Again, not my stats. Real facts. Right, Opta. You know Opta data analysis stats.
Proof.
They
Evidence.
almost
High level evidence.
Mane had almost supplied double. I'm not saying he's double, but almost double supplied. Tried to make chances or giving him chances to Salah. So what's going on? Like,
I'm equally fuming. For me, he would be the one coming off in that game because just to say.
And it's not even that. And even before that, I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Bobby just laughed it off as when they were going down the tunnel. I don't know if you've seen it.
He's always showing off his teeth.
No, but it's not that anyway. But even in that game, there was a bit where Klopp was fuming at him because he had the ball and he could have just passed it to
And we only
Bobby.
We only 2-0 up, and then he's like, this guy, he cuts back onto his right foot,
and then
he don't have a right foot.
When he cuts back, it opens up the pass.
Yeah,
the pass is clean now.
It's like, how have you not played this ball? And it's like, and obviously Bobby's like, and of all the people as well who deserve for you to give him the ball, Firmino is like this guy gets the ball and the first thing he's thinking on his mind is like, let me release them and get it.
But the thing is, we can sit here, we can bash Salah, How long has he been at you, man?
2 seasons, isn't it? Sorry.
So in them 2 seasons.
No, is it 3 seasons now? This is the third. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, because the first season done in Madness. Obviously last year that's when he was Champions League winner. So.
Cool. Yeah. So basically, in them 2 seasons, he's been like top goal scorer. I know he was joined last season, but he's been like top goal scorer. So technically speaking, especially in that first season, he's doing a madness in that first season. Yeah. So and what they always say, you always hear it starting to say, listen, the top strikers are always selfish. They're always selfish, aren't they?
But there's a level. Like it's a percentage.
Let's be honest. Ronaldo does that. He does that, and he's worse.
You're right. You're fine. But
if Ronaldo, if he's involved in something and then man scores a goal that he could have scored, he's vexed. He's not even celebrating with the man there. He's not even celebrating.
Yeah, but the way we function in it is a percentage game. If something is blatant, and imagine you're cutting back onto your right foot, you've already narrowed the odds of you scoring, right? And it's obvious, it's like you just slide it. We're 2-0 up. He's not even we're killing him. Yeah, we're 2-0 up. Sealed again. Imagine even Pep will be going sick. Pep will probably take him off. Yeah, he'll probably be like, come off regardless. So and it's a team game at the end of the day. And yes, you want to get your goals, you want to get your personal accolades, etc. I'm not saying he's a bad player. Obviously, of course not. The guy is a boss. He's doing what he has to do for Liverpool. And it's like, but if you do it once, don't do it the second time. Especially
the thing is, he does that a lot. I noticed him doing it. Yeah. I started to notice Salah doing it last season.
The selfish ones.
Yeah, that's when I started to notice it. Yeah. But obviously he was still riding off the high from the season before that. Yeah. So that's when I noticed.
Yeah, I think it's more in him. He's got that feel that these guys are trying to kind of step ahead of me a bit, which he shouldn't be. I remember Mane done it once against Everton, not last season, but the season before.
I don't know that.
I don't know if it was with Salah as well, but we ended up drawing that game. And I can't remember where Salah was fuming, but I remember the same kind of thing, but it happened twice in one game.
The only difference is it's not what Willis said. The difference is Firmino and Mane are giving him the balls
all the time.
Like 9 times out of 10, he's getting it. He's getting it. Like you put Firmino and Mane in that position. Salah's getting that. He's getting that.
Yeah, they're different players, but Firmino barely loses the ball. Mane barely loses the ball. Salah does it a lot. But and again, you know what I mean? You're always gonna have that one player who stays draws on the ball a bit more. So, but it is what it is, isn't it? As long as the team wins.
Yeah.
And man. But Africa United, innit? That's what I'm saying. But Salah, if you're not careful, if I'm Klopp in that game, I am taking you off and I'm putting you on the bench. And maybe the next game I might even just keep you a little bit humble because it's the team game at the end of the day. Yeah, man.
Okay, so obviously the next game. Lovely. Cool. So the next one.
They haven't won it. They won that one game.
Arsenal.
Have you won this season?
What's the first game of the season?
It's been that long, I forgot.
Calm down.
No, that was a genuine question, and I wasn't sure. I was just
okay, cool.
Yeah. So next game was the North London derby.
Tottenham so close. Shit.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good, you okay?
I'm good.
You're good. Because we're gonna come on to you.
I'm good.
Just chill.
I'm good.
Anyway, so yeah,
I'm
so
good.
the next one was the North London Derby. So obviously going into the North London Derby, Arsenal going into favourites, and then you know how I always say the same thing. Lacazette and Aubameyang at top, you can do anything. But but obviously at least I had a little disclaimer in there. With Lacazette and Aubameyang at top, anything can happen. But with Xhaka in the middle, anything can happen.
We're coming up to that one.
So yeah, the thing is like, in obviously the way I don't know how you guys follow the Northern Derby. Obviously, I follow it because obviously that's what I know. But the way the Northern Derby always runs, just obviously ever since like Tottenham have got a better team, 11 than us.
Yeah, their power shifted along the last couple of seasons.
No,
it has.
We've had a discussion already. Like, what were they done? Put the pressure on?
Come on, what?
Anyway, listen, we're going for our leanest spell in how long, and we've won more than them.
You won what, FA Cups?
Yeah, but what they won? Like I said, starts and backs and all there. Anyway, let me carry on. So,
sorry, I can't back you. I can't just say nothing in match analysis.
So the way that the Northern Derby runs is Tottenham usually start off. Usually start off the better team, which I personally thought they did start off the better team. I've heard in different circles that maybe we started better, but my personal opinion, I feel like Tottenham did. But the way that it works was Tottenham used because obviously they used the counter a lot, and the counter was helping them, so they was leading us in, and it was counter us. We were getting hit on their left, which was our right. Son was getting loads of joy against our right back, and that's how they were getting through. Obviously, they scored their first goal. They scored poor from Leno. I'm saying you need to palm it away from your goal. Like, we're not millionaire out there. We don't need to be palming it into the guy's path to score. You palm it away. He's better than that. And obviously then Christian Eriksen gets the easy to happen, and then obviously that puts pressure on us, and we have to then overexert ourselves to try and get ourselves the equaliser, because obviously tensions are high. Then they get the second through idiotic defending in our own box from Xhaka. Like I always say, with Xhaka, he's technically he's great. He's a great technical player, but he makes rash decisions at certain times. But sometimes he gets away with it. Rash is like 2 foot of the man in the box.
When you've got cameras all over the place,
he annoys me because he does that stupid thing, and then obviously he just gives Kane like Rashford and Pogba, Kane's eyes cold in their positions. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to miss. You know what I'm saying? And it goes back to what I said. I don't want to even big at Tottenham players. It goes back to what I said previously. When the penalty is given, he's not discussing with Christian Eriksen who's taking the penalty. He's not discussing with Dele Alli, even though he was on the sideline. He's not discussing with Son. He's taking it and he's putting it away. It's cool and it's calm. Anyway, so it's 2-0, and then that puts the pressure on us. We have to then. It's a North London Derby. We have to then show passion. Luckily, as I said, like Laka he just works. I'm using the analogy they say in football. Laka just works his socks off. He literally works his socks off and gets it.
Who's more important, Laka or Obama? I think that might be a stupid question, but that's your opinion.
Who's more important?
Yeah.
Depends on what you pronounce it as. Obama will get you more goals. But Batman will get you more goals in the smaller games. Lacazette will get you important goals in big games.
Okay.
Like and he seems and I feel like Lacazette he's got a bit of a calmer head. Like his goal told me he's got a calmer head. Like you see the 2 touches he did before.
Finisher, yeah.
See the 2 touches he got took it and he touched it and then smashed it in the top corner. Listen, you got to be ice cold for that kind of thing. And I feel like last season when when I think when Aubameyang missed the penalty against Tottenham, it's weird I was saying that, missed the penalty against Tottenham, but then I think the week after, because Lacazette's our penalty taker, the week after he allowed Aubameyang to take the penalty, but he gave him a little G up before he took it, and then he scores the penalty. I feel that's why I feel as if Lacazette's more ice cold. So
do you reckon they favour like Aubameyang more in the team? Like say like even the manager puts him in a position that he can get more goals than Laka. as opposed to like I almost he's almost as a forward you get shifted a little bit. You say like he's almost like main man.
Aubameyang will be the main man.
But do you reckon he's deserved or Laka will still be? Because if you say he gets important goals, then the question is like in bigger games.
Aubameyang will always get put forward because he's the quicker man. He's the quicker man, so he'll be the guy to play forward, so the ball through to be played on, or the balls over top to be played, so we can have one onto it. We go into the second half. Obviously, we get a goal before half time. So then we go into the second half with the ascendancy. We nearly score in the first few minutes of the second half. Guendouzi again. And it seems as if in our midfield, in all the games, someone pops up and will play well. And then in another game, that same person will go missing. Then that's how it goes. Obviously, remember I said in the what game was it? The Burnley game at home. Ceballos played well. This game, Guendouzi played well, but Ceballos did play well when he come on. He's on the bench, but Guendouzi played well. He's the one that nearly scored in the second half. But then once we do get our goal from Lacazette, and usually this is what was weird because usually because I feel like with Tottenham, even though this is why I always say when you say about the power shift, this is why I don't feel as if the power shifts because. It usually happens when you've got this is my analogy. When you've got two teams in a town or in a city or whatever, and we're talking about when the power shifts. In that town or city, there's always there's always a team that's a better team. So or a better club, should I say? The reason why I feel like we're the better club when the pressure's really on for Tottenham, they crumble. They usually would crumble, and that's how. We were able to dominate the second half because they're crumbling now. They're hanging on. They go back to last season when we were playing them at home, and then I think they were I think they were 2-0 up or they were 2-1 up. I think it was, and then they crumbled. We scored 3 unanswered goals because they're crumbling. It's what they do. When you're the top team or the top boys in a derby situation, usually the top team come through. Willis can vouch for me. Back in the days. When you lot were the top boys, because honestly, let's be honest, you're not really the top boys now. Back in the days when you lot were the top and Man City you played against you knew that they would. You lot didn't even class Man City as a rival to you.
Wow, that was always Man City were relegation.
Exactly, but I'm saying if there was ever a game, because there's been plenty of time where I've watched.
It's the
same thing.
Danny Mills.
The thing is, you can vouch for the same thing. You can vouch for the same thing, Everton, the same kind of thing. Yeah. Where, in games where you feel like...
Oh yeah, I'm always confident.
You know what I'm saying? You was confident, no matter what's going on, you feel like, they feel like as soon as you put that pressure on, if you get a goal, they're crumbling. And that's how I feel like we're the teams. Obviously, we go on to we do go on to score a third goal, but in VAR, man was...
you said it, man.
Big and tough side. Obviously, VAR comes in. Tottenham's best sign of the season. VAR comes to the rescue, and then obviously the game. At that point, the game's kind of like. I wouldn't say after that point the game. I wouldn't say it was we were dominating. It was kind of it got to equalish. Right at the end, our man Cage was to die to get a pen, which I don't rate. But
before that, Tottenham did have 2 chances in the second half. They could have got that goal.
Oh yeah, sorry, we hit the post. I think that was before you guys, to be fair.
Yeah,
to be fair, that was a good strike. I thought I'd say that was a good strike, but like I said, we were still in the ascendancy at that point, and that would have been a flashpoint on a game that at the time we were dominating. But yeah,
what's going on with Xhaka then?
What?
It's been getting some criticism from some Arsenal legends out here. What did he say about him? I think he said something about Xhaka is a player who has experience but plays with no experience.
It makes me basically. I feel like with Xhaka, he just loses concentration, or it's either 2 things. Either he loses concentration, or he feels like he can get away with the dirty side of things. Yeah. And then sometimes he can get away with it, sometimes he get caught.
But the maddest thing is, you rely on him on bigger games as well when you need everybody to be switched on. And it's
I think it's obviously that you made the purchase of David Luiz, who's it can be similar, and obviously you don't want two people in the team.
He played okay that game.
No, I'm not saying.
No.
I'm just saying in general, you don't want two people in the team that are gonna potentially cause you problems, especially when you've got big games. You don't want.
But you got to remember, obviously, the reason as to why. Obviously, I can't really vouch for Xhaka, but the reason why I can kind of vouch for David Luiz, I know obviously David Luiz had that way about it, but I feel like part of the reason why we're signing David Luiz is because he's not actually like, excuse my French, he's not really a pussy-hole. So that's kind of like David. I can't really vouch for Xhaka, but let's be honest, for ages with Arsenal, we've been pushovers. So I think like that's part of
the media have been on you, man, for time. So characters and but sometimes it's the blend as well, isn't it? You've got to get certain people in there just for whatever they do, other than just the football side.
Exactly. But obviously, I went into the game expecting to win. Obviously, we got a point. Even after the game, I was disappointed with the point because I feel like we had enough for the game to win the game. Even though Tottenham did have a few chances and stuff, I feel like if you graze over the whole game, I feel like we did a bit more than Tottenham. But you can kind of say how a point could have been is fair, but I feel like we kind of edged it overall in play.
I'm not a hater, so I will say that what's his name? Is it Guendouzi? Guendouzi, yeah. That ball, I don't know. You both watched? Yeah, you did. Did you watch much of the day? Just have to ask.
I watched the game though. I watched the game.
Okay. You should have watched the pass.
No, I tell you lie, I did watch much of the game.
The little pass. That little pass was magical. And I got to say that game, because I didn't see the first half, but I seen the second half, and he was your best player in midfield.
I'm a big fan because he's a kid. He's still a kid, and
I think he can get better, and like
because obviously proper dropped out
and even moving the ball forward and like attacking and being assertive and wanting to do something for the Arsenal team in midfield. Felt that he was showing that in the game.
But you still can't make out what kind of midfield player he is. I don't know.
He's not. I don't think. Even though the long pass was good, I don't think he's creative. I just think.
And again, is it like just like a breaker?
I think it's box to box.
I think it's
box to box. I don't feel as if it's weird. I don't feel like he's strong. I don't think he's strong enough to be a DM. I don't feel like he's intrinsic enough. If that's a word, intrinsic.
It is, but in the context, I don't know if it makes sense. But
okay.
I just don't feel he's smart enough.
Listen, he's not going to play a ball through the eye of a needle. He's not going to do that. He's not going to be a Christian Eriksen. So that's why I class him as a box to box. You know what I'm saying? It's not a Kante, but
so it's just like
nobody's a Kante.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, no, it's hard, but those sort of players it's hard for them to make an impact because like. You end up just being looked at like you're just like an average player because you're like, well, you're not really
not this, you're
not this, you're not that. Why? But he's over Pogba now, you know. He dropped Pogba instead of him.
No, Pogba dropped out.
He dropped out.
Yeah, Pogba dropped out.
As in, they didn't want to be in the French team.
What are you talking about? Pogba getting dropped from the French team?
When you say he dropped out, as in he didn't want to play, he was injured.
No, I think Man United trained. I don't know.
Is it sorry, I forgot. The international friendly, is it qualifiers or friendly?
It's both, I think.
Yeah, but so your national team calls your national team.
No, well, you don't friendly wise. You don't have to play international.
France have got a qualifier.
They have got a qualifier. They've got a qualifier. If it's a qualifier and you're fit to play, obviously
you don't have to play. If your manager calls you, you come in regardless.
No, I'm saying in a friendly, the club can your club can certify how long you can play.
To an extent, but you have to, it's your duty to go there, and ultimately the manager can still make a decision if they want to play, because they're trying to work out their plans for how the team moves forward, so they can't really.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. You can set an instruction, but the national man doesn't have to sit with that instruction. It's his team; he can do whatever he wants.
Alright, cool. Let's get on to Southampton United. So Martial out. Injured, so
that's what
I had to change.
Remember, I said you last week. I said to you about Martial being injured. I told you it was. I had to tweak the team a bit. I'm not gonna lie. If we make it to January and we're still sitting top 10,
top 10 might be a push. If we make it January and we're still sitting top 6, I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised because we've got rid of players who obviously weren't influential at the club, but at the same time, come January, if we're going to make top 4, I think we need to sign 2 or 3 players who can actually make a difference to the team. Because at the moment, we are looking weak going forward. So overall formation 4-5-1, yeah, all right formation. We're away Southampton, not an easy game, so I thought the formation was correct. Lineup, Jesse Lingard dropped. I've been saying drop Jesse or put him out on the wing. I think he's more effective on the wing. So we brought in Mata, and then on the right hand side, due to Martial injury, obviously we brought in Andre Pereira. Overall, I don't think obviously Mata and Pereira didn't really have much influence over the game, but I just feel like Mata still can have some influence on the team. I think he just needs to get a run of games so he can just build some confidence. But in that area alone, I do reckon we need to sign somebody who can make a difference, because Jesse Lingard isn't the person to play there. And obviously at the moment they want Pogba to be a centre midfielder and play a bit deeper, so we need somebody a bit more attacking sitting there. Overall, first half I thought we played all right. I don't think we weren't at our best, but I would say first half was fairly equal. Obviously Daniel James got the goal, excellent finish, and
it was actually a very good finish.
And it was an excellent finish.
Southend given loads of space, but it was a great finish.
Yeah, it's an excellent.
He just put his foot through it, didn't it?
It was an excellent finish. So I'm glad to see he's coming to the team and he's confident.
Excellent finish.
And his excellent finish.
It's not worthy.
That's every single time.
What?
It's a bit annoying that you keep
I might not doing my. I might not speak about my team.
You can't just keep on saying.
I'm talking about my team. I'm talking about my team. If one of your players scores a goal, you have all the right in the world to say whatever you want about it. But please. I'm not saying he's an excellent player or amazing. I'm not saying about that finish there.
The line that you use.
Okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Just say
anyway, so let me get back. Let me get.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah, say it's a great finish.
No, it was an excellent finish. But anyway, let me continue. Let me continue anyway. So obviously first half, I don't think we didn't create enough clear-cut chances, and it was a similar situation in the second half. We didn't create enough clear chances. Martial had a chance. Again, it was more. Sorry, Rashford had a chance. It was more on the turn, so it wasn't. He didn't fully strike the ball, even though he made the keeper make a save. But
did you watch the game? You would just watch the highlight. I'm just asking.
No, I watched Match of the Day.
You watched it because I watched the second half. And I thought Southampton, on top of you guys up until they got a man sent off. I don't know if you saw the game. Southampton, when Southampton got the goal, without this stupid guy getting sent off, personally, I feel like, when you just look like this team is going to go on and probably get a second or something like that because they were putting you guys under.
Yeah, they were putting us under second half, but they didn't. I wouldn't say they created clear-cut chances.
Yeah, when I watched the game, in terms of control in it, because obviously highlights is different in it. They're showing you moments, but when I watched the game, I was sitting there thinking, "Yo,
I'm not disagreeing with you. The control, but they didn't create enough chances to obviously hurt us enough. But I mean, again, second half we weren't good enough, and yeah, to be honest, before they got that man sent off, they were looking like a stronger team, and since they got their equaliser, and even in regards to equaliser was it was obviously a good goal from them and equalising, but the build up to it, Wan-Bissaka getting out to his man, he was slow getting out to his man, he should have been quicker closing him down. And then we're in the I forgot his name, the centre back for Southampton. So obviously
he was a giant, man. You see it,
he climbed.
Oh,
literally, yeah.
Listen, who was marking him?
I think
Lindelof lost that battle before he even started. Once I was like, yo, he's done.
Battle of Scandinavia, damn.
Saying,
above you.
All I was saying from that is I felt obviously Wan-Bissaka, we're just defending a set piece, the ball's gone up to them. Obviously from that set piece, they've still got men in the box. As a defender, you should be
Did
thinking,
they make like a decent save?
What? Yeah, he did.
Beforehand.
Before,
He did.
on the same set piece, and then the ball just went and then reacted. Your team didn't set up again.
No, there was set up because Wan-Bissaka should have closed him down quicker, stop the ball getting back into the box, and then Lindelof. No, to be honest, nobody was on the Southampton. No, I forgot his name. Centre back. Nobody was on him really. Like it was poor defending because like if we're still defending a set piece, you need to know where your man is. You can't just switch off.
Did it come from a corner? The initial chance?
Yeah, it was. And then obviously David De Gea made an excellent save and then was put back in the box. So I felt it was a poor goal.
Best of God.
Yeah. Overall, did we deserve to win the game? No. Did Southampton deserve to win the game?
No.
I don't think so. So I think a draw was a correct result.
The thing I took from the game was that for both teams, but obviously they highlighted you guys more because obviously you're the better team, you had the better players. Was that overall chances made in the game was low, because they were going through all the chances that you created, and they're all half chances.
Even the Rashford ones are on the side. You think
half chances.
If he scored from there on his left foot, he's done very well. And even especially the last 15 minutes when they had a man stand up, you thinking they didn't look like they were comfortable. Even though United put them a bit under pressure, but you know what I mean, no penetration whatsoever. That's my point last time I was saying about. I think my cousin is a United supporter. We were just chatting to him. I was saying the same. I think maybe some of you mans haven't realised how poor this team is at the minute, and you need a major revamp because you're getting rid of strikers. For me, I'm keeping one of them, even like a Sanchez or something like that, because he makes no business sense anyway. B is
they're paying his wages.
What is this? What is this?
I think it's because he was a bit. I think the Sanchez one. I think it's more. I feel like it was bad in the dressing room or something. I'm not too sure.
Was it?
That's what I heard.
Yeah, but you've got a new manager. You've got a new manager.
What has Sanchez done since he come to the club? Let's be honest.
Piece of a check.
He's been shambolic.
Football is about.
I'm the one. Yeah. I was gassed when we signed him.
Fully.
I was so happy.
Fully.
I was so happy.
Fully.
Yeah, but logically, you.
No, forget logic. I don't want that ball. He's had his time at OT. He's had his time to try to do something, just something productive. Because I'm sure.
Are you happy at the fact that you've got rid of strikers when your squad is thin? So you rather no one on the bench than Sanchez.
What did he do last season?
No. I'm asking you a question.
Yeah.
You rather your bench full of kids. Versus Sanchez.
Yeah, because we need a revamp. Clearly, our buy-in, the way we've been buying players the last few seasons, hasn't been working.
Yeah, but
we haven't moved forward.
I don't know about you, but for me, I couldn't care less. If United are fucking up, I'm happy. No, that's obvious enough. But I will just put it out there. But for me, I'm thinking bruv, Sanchez, bruv, the guy has had one season, right? And you don't go from being
1.5.
Was it 1.5?
Yeah, in January.
Okay, it was under Mourinho, which is it's slightly like a different era, and Solskjaer's gone in. And you're thinking maybe with a new manager, obviously maybe they just gave up on him. Fair enough, but it's still bad business.
Obviously, we don't know what.
The thing is, you know what's weird? You know what's weird about Sanchez's situation? That he's been dead at you lot. Obviously he was, it was us, but he's been dead at you lot. But then when he played in the Copa America for Chile, he was good again. It's just this summer he was good again for Chile. So then it's weird. It makes me feel like as if. Maybe him going to Inter, he'll probably be good at Inter.
Oh, you would.
You know what I'm saying?
You would, because come on, you don't go from being he was a good player. He's not. Sanchez at Arsenal versus all your strikers at the minute. Sanchez is shits on them. Would you agree? Goals, performances, consistency. Because it's why do you go from that to just being a completely because confidence is plays is massive in football, isn't it? Or in sport in general. So
same with Di Maria.
Di Maria never wanted to be at the club.
Yeah, I'm saying, but he's played well at PSG. Same with Depay. Like,
Is that just
But Depay came to the team. He was getting games, but he never. Obviously, either he didn't like English football, or he just didn't fit the way Man United play, or
maybe,
I don't know the relationship.
Maybe the music studio wasn't as good in Manchester as it is in Lyon.
Yeah, man.
Listen, I don't know, because before when he came from Lyon, he was player.
Came from
Fine.
or one of them two.
Yeah, he came the Dutch league. He looked like he had potential, but he never shown his true potential when he came to United. So I don't know.
They were saying about how with him it was one of the ones where he was uncertain to try things because he felt like if he tried something but it didn't work out, he'd be dropped. Like he weren't like
the style of management, isn't it? So that's what I'm saying. Confidence is key. And you got rid of Mourinho, who we know that if you're not a big character, Mourinho and Van Gaal, basically same kind of personality. And Solskjaer is a bit more. He looks like he's a bit more like easy going than from a personality point of view. So
he's got no tactics. He's got a tactical.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh yeah, I'm not comparing him to like any of those managers. That's just you know what I mean. But like. Why don't you just say okay? But unless you're gonna sign someone else to because I'm just thinking about business.
We should have signed another striker. 100% agree with you. I couldn't agree more. But I was disappointed to see Sanchez go. I wanted it to work for him. But listen, at the end of the day.
But you're paying his money and you still got kids on the bench. Surely that bit of experience is like, and for like up and coming players, yeah. For their own good as well, like for their own development. Like you're coming into a big club. Imagine you're sat there looking around you on the bench. You're thinking, "Oh, I'm coming on." Like they have no choice but to have me, as opposed to, "Yo, I need to." Yes, obviously there's always the first team starter, but as a up and coming players, like you come even on the bench, you're still intimidated. You haven't got
all I can say is, at this moment in time, for the club to move forward, we have to do what we have to do. And if that means we have to suffer for it, we have to suffer. Otherwise, we potentially keep players who are not playing any better or are not doing anything.
Yeah, but how do you get out there? Because the level of quality in the Premier in general is quite high.
You have to start again, and we have to build and buy a stronger team. We have to buy the right players.
Question, this is off topic, not what I say. What's your thoughts on Wan-Bissaka? Because I feel as if with Wan-Bissaka, I feel like his goal dust is starting to dwindle a little bit.
No. I've been. Listen, we had Ashley Young playing right back. We had Damian playing right back. I feel like the way I'm happy with the way he's been playing. I'm happy. Going defensive wise, he can work on his game and improve a bit more. But again, he's a young player.
Do you think he's always just getting to a tackle or just getting there, but he's getting away with it because he's pacey? Do you feel like
Yeah, but this like coming to Man United could be make or break for him, because it was cool for him to do it at Crystal Palace, because the standards at Crystal Palace are different compared to Man United. Man United, we need to get the top four. We need to be challenging for the title eventually, or playing well in Europe, whether it's a Europa League or whether it's the Champions League. So it's going to be different. But I feel like this first season will be a learning for him, and hopefully he'll learn from it and improve from it. I can't like he is kind of sometimes late with the challenge, but the thing is he's a quick player.
I wouldn't say he's late with it. I just feel like he's never like say like he's defending. It's never like, okay, cool, just made a tackle. I feel like he's just last ditching making the tackle. Where in my head, I feel like it's like the reason why he's last ditch making a tackle is because he's already been done and his pace is getting him back to make that tackle. If you weren't quick or whatever, then
you'd get a bit more exposed.
Yeah, you'd be a bit more exposed. That's what I feel like. I feel like maybe his football brain is not. Maybe his football brain is not there, and his natural ability is he's getting away because of his natural ability.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Well, we'll see as the season goes on. But at the same time, all I would say, whether you're a right back or left back nowadays, there's a lot more emphasis on attacking than just.
How good is it offensively? Because I think it's lacking.
I don't think it's good.
I think offensively is bang average.
High average.
Like, I don't know what
Again, going forward, having seen a lot of him, like productive wise, to say whether he's bad or whether he's good. Again, it's his first season at United, and obviously how he gels into the team and what he does.
Because pace will only take you so far. Say like you're talking about football intelligence is like, especially going forward as a fullback. If you haven't got that, like, it's like you
but listen, we haven't bought him because he can't defend or he can't develop into a better player. He can defend, because that right back position, the one thing we were looking for before we buy a player, is somebody who can defend. Because our defense has been, especially on the right hand side, even with how long did Valencia play there, and then Ashley Young, and it was just shit. But I feel like for a player who's played in the Premier League, he's young, he's got potential, he can learn and develop into a better player. I feel he's a good signing. It's a good signing.
I'm a fan of him, and he's young. He's young, of course. He's got bags of potential, and then obviously he's Congo in it, so of course I'm gonna be biased, even though the pagan has already gone to England. But now fair play. No, he's a good player. But you say he's young, and then you look at Trent Arnold. But I guess not everybody's gifted.
It's not about it's not about that. Everybody develops differently. Everybody develops differently. Trent Arnold,
because his football brain is a bit mad. Like, for someone who obviously, I've watched Trent Arnold play central midfield in a game, a Premiership game. I was so gassed. I was like, yo.
But you just know you know Trent Arnold's got a footballing brain. It's not just. He's got footballing brain. That things he does, like technically, you know what I'm saying, his thought process and so that kind of stuff. Because you got to remember, he's not quick like Wan-Bissaka. You don't really see him getting done. You know what I'm saying?
No, rarely.
Other than the first game where we put it down to tactics, you don't see him getting done.
No, we've been lucky in that because it's come from the youth, and it's like, yo. Nah, but yeah, man. Today, I think I keep saying this, and I know you guys are gonna struggle because you need to just be real. Like you're weaker than you were last season. From my opinion, is like you've got rid of players and you've replaced, but the balance is still not there. Because it's like I dare say put a Van Dijk in there now, it wouldn't make that much of a difference. I dare say that. You know what I mean? Because I think it's like we already say like we had a squad, like say your Salahs were there, you know what I mean, a good core, but then in your team you've got one who was meant to be like a good defender, you know, he's an okay defender, but then it's like there's still so much gaps in the middle, up front obviously.
It's just that the difference between you guys, Liverpool, and Man United is this: you brought in Van Dijk, and then he had in January, didn't you? He had like half a season to settle. Then you brought in the keeper, and then
he was almost like the missing piece.
Yeah,
in that.
But the difference between Man United is their defense. Because let's be honest, a lot of your mess ups were from your keeper. That was a lot of your mess ups.
And defensively, you had man like Scout playing them days.
But then with Man United, they're having to bring themselves into a centre back. They're bringing themselves into a centre back, a commanding centre back, and they're also they're the fullbacks because they brought in Wan-Bissaka, and obviously Luke Shaw hasn't been consistent. He's been injured a lot, so yeah, and obviously their keeper, De Gea, he's world class in that, but his head wasn't always on the game, so there's a lot of different components that come. You're having to. There's so much different emphasis.
Now the future is bleak for you, boy. But that's good news.
The future.
I'd say.
Let me say nothing.
You think Solskjaer's
It's just you seem to forget them times where you man were down.
We said we're not talking about the past anymore. We're talking about.
When we talk about the future, like we know how the future.
You think Solskjaer's there at the end of the season?
What?
Solskjaer.
Only time will tell.
I'm not
asking. I think he's there at the end of the season. Yes, we can't keep sacking players.
No. Based on the fact that we can't logic. So do you think he'll be there? Like,
I said he'll be there. I just said he'll be there. It's always based on any manager's future. It's always based on how the team perform. So if he's not going to get the best out of the team, then we're, I don't know, if we ended up finish 8th or 9th or 10th. He doesn't deserve to be staying there.
I reckon he's good enough from what you've seen. He's good enough to take you there.
At this moment in time, no. But does he have the team that he wants? No, he doesn't have the team that he wants. again, that's what I was saying about him kicking out the players. He's got to kick out the players. He's got to have at least 2 seasons to try to rebuild the team how he wants it. Otherwise, it's like
the difference in quality of managers. Yeah, when Klopp came to Liverpool, that January the guy did not sign anyone. And even when we were saying players were getting injuries left, right, centre, but he comes in and then I don't know from from the goal we had our squad wasn't that good.
But is this you talking about Klopp as a good manager, or is this you comparing Klopp to Solskjaer?
I'm just saying, because you expect him.
But don't compare Klopp to Solskjaer. Because when Klopp came to Anfield, he was established manager.
But yeah, man, come on, man.
Solskjaer isn't an established manager.
But you're going to a top club, so United is an elite club, isn't it? So
yeah, but it's not
that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, let's be honest. If Solskjaer didn't have his playing career at Man United, he wouldn't be there now.
Yeah, fair. Maybe it's not a fair argument, but I'm just saying maybe it's all right. Only time will tell.
Been at Borussia Dortmund, somehow won the German league.
No, you're right. Maybe I'm
Solskjaer.
In Champions League.
No, I said the Bundesliga.
Oh, the Bundesliga.
And like Solskjaer, what's he done? And like Damien says,
nothing.
Got the job because he's a former United legend. So
yeah, it's right.
But anyway,
the only thing I want to discuss is one thing I want to say. Remember before how we were talking about the Tottenham Man City game where the Jesus scored that goal, which it affects off the guy's arm and winning. And I said that you can't. That's why VAR took it off. But the same goal happened for Newcastle against who they play against. Can't remember, they played the weekend. They did it, and then the goal was given.
Yeah, I didn't see
same thing happened. It hit a man's arm. Thrown out to their player, and the player scored. VAR didn't take it off.
Yeah. Oh, it's VAR is
it's not even straight cut, is it? It's not even straight cut.
Because it's still down to their own interpretation as well.
They might just have to slim it back to just offside. It's offside. VAR can do that simple. VAR can do that simple.
Yeah.
But then,
are you off or not? Down. Yeah, I think
yeah, because some of the challenges that happen, they're still open to interpretation. Are they not?
Yeah.
It's good. It's good that it gives the referee another chance to see it.
Yeah.
But
I think factual, like you said, offsides, because even if it was a pen, it's still someone saying, okay, is that a pen or I think.
No, but hopefully,
obviously only in the same game. Was it West Ham played against someone, and then because the ruling on penalties, it has to be clear and obvious. And there's one West Ham player got taken out in the box.
What did you find as clear and obvious?
Nothing was given. Stupid, foolish.
But anyway, International Week. So next week we'll be doing an episode, but next week it won't be about any of our teams. We'll just be doing a little relegation battle. See who's getting relegated this season. Something hopefully none of us have had to worry about for a long time.
You might
have
to.
But so
I mean, at this rate, imagine if
anyway
was injured or something like that. Struggles.
Anyway, but
you've got Mata.
We'll finish. You've had a long time to get all your bullshit out. We'll finish now. Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm just looking forward
until next week.
I'll still be in this spot. I'll still be the first one to go. And the week after.
Let me just say this, please. We can't do it right now. But get yourselves together and get yourself to the top of the league.
One more thing I wanted to say.
One
more thing I wanted to say. I want to shout out to Callum Robertson, Northampton born, played for Sheffield United in the Prem. Obviously, my nephew Cameron supports Chelsea. He wanted to come on the show to discuss, but obviously he didn't want to come on this week because Callum Robertson scored there to make it 2-1 and obviously set up the second. I want to give a shout out to Callum Robertson and shout out to Cameron for not
turning up. Anybody who scores against Chelsea, shout out. Not gonna lie.
This guy.
But till next week, make sure you follow, like, and subscribe. Goodbye.
Peace.
Easy.
A bit more mellow this week, innit?